Hey everybody, I just saw a new beta feature pop up, and I'm not sure if anybody else has been seeing this yet. I had heard that it was going to be coming out, but I hadn't seen anything about it yet. So, when I was at the London headquarters a few months ago, back in October of last year, they were talking about buyer groups and how more and more it's important for us to target not just the people that we think are the decision makers, but the entire buyer group, which might have someone included from finance. It might have someone included from IT. It's all the people that would ultimately weigh in on whether they'd want to move forward with a product or service or not. And that is typically beyond just the decision maker. It's the other people that are going to be involved, from the cost, from the users, from the people that will be implementing it, that help make that decision. With that, I didn't know this specific feature was coming out, so this is pretty cool. It looks like it's another AI powered type of tool. And with predictive audiences, I've seen a lot of success. I did do one test with the new Accelerate campaigns, and it was spotty. I don't know if I loved the results from there. I don't think I got better results. There was lower cost per click, but not more conversions. So I haven't tested it more, and honestly, like, I can't sit here and say it didn't work based off one test. You have to test things more often. You have to have more statistically significant data. Well, with that being said, I noticed this popped up, so I thought I would show you guys really quick. It does look pretty cool, the ability to automatically add buyer groups. Apparently, it says it can lead to better conversion costs, better pipeline rates. When I pick learn more, it gives you a description here about what's on here, like what the feature is. And it's exactly what I just said, right? I mean, you focus on not just decision makers, but also key stakeholders that can help you connect with the most influential buying audience. They're currently just testing this, so it might not be released yet. It says that you can choose a buyer group. So there's different buyer groups that you can choose from, which I'll show you here in a second. I don't know if these are unique specifically for this software, because I'm not even sure if this is a platform offer, and I'll show you here in a second. It seems to be really like focused on software, but it says that it uses member profiles, sales and marketing engagement, and also professional relationships in order to help build the audience. So it defines decision makers and key stakeholders, and it really talks about the benefits of it, right? Expanding beyond your known audience, discover potential buyers who show interest in product like yours, not just those who have already engaged with your brand, which I think that part's really cool. That's a really powerful statement, because it's not just the people that engage with you. There's people out there, that's intent, right? If there's people out there that are engaging with an offer like yours, you would want to get in front of them also. Target wider buying groups to reach more decision makers and key stakeholders, and deliver more relevant targeting. So connect with professionals based on potential interest and behaviors, rather than just job titles or other traditional targeting attributes. So all those things sound really good. I'm not going to read all this for you guys. I'm going to put some things on in the post here, but I mean, I think that was like really the important stuff. So let's look at these buyer groups. So if I take a look again, I think it's just like all software, right? This all looks like software. So I guess it'd be people interested in this type of software. I know I'm working with a client that does staffing and recruiting software. So, okay, so if I put that, it's giving me an audience of 1.3 million. Now, there are restrictions on what you can add and or with this. That's too big of an audience for me. I would probably still want to narrow it down. Looks like, okay, the only way that you can narrow it down is through either a list upload, which you can do a company list, or a third party company list. So that's it. That's the only way you can narrow down this audience. I think you can also exclude, let's see, narrow here. I could have sworn it said in the learn more there was exclusion options, but unless I'm missing something, I don't see that on here. Oh, because it's already here. It's already an exclusion here. If I wanted to exclude anything else, it looks like I can exclude based off job titles, seniorities. So maybe if I want to get rid of training or entry, unpaid, maybe senior manager and up. Maybe I even want to get rid of manager. Okay. And then any job functions you want to, but it's considering this the buyer group. So I don't know if you'd want to go in here and put exclusions because it's what LinkedIn thinks is the buyer group. I'm not going to mess with this more right now. I just kind of wanted to show you guys the tool. It looks like that's the extent of it. It also, from what I understood, it does not deliver on Audience Network. It also does not deliver on Apple iOS. If I can remove all this, close, come back here, move these attributes, close. Learn more. Let's open this back up and come down here. Choosing the right buyer group. I know there was a spot. Here we go. And one thing I was reminded of, it does encourage doing an ABM list. So doing the buyer groups at specific companies. But if not, it gives you this native targeting. So it does have and exclusions, and it has or and inclusions that you can do, or inclusions that you can do, or so you can order it with a contact list, you can add it with a company list, and then exclusions, company list, contact lists, company attributes, job experience attributes, and retargeting audiences. And then, so even though I saw that it had the audience network option on there, it says, keep in mind, LinkedIn Audience Network, currently buyer groups don't serve on Apple iOS devices. I guess it's saying only on Apple iOS devices on Audience Network. That's fine anyway, right? We typically don't want to use Audience Network, or you want to use it in a curated, very specific way with only a handful of subcategories. There's some other things here. You can't use it with brand awareness or video views. Can't build predictive audiences or audience expansion with it. And that's basically it. So we'll see what it's like. I'm not going to test it with this client. I don't think it's a good fit, but if I see this pop up on another client, I'm definitely going to test this out and see what kind of results we get. So keep an eye open, see if it opens up for you. And if you are able to test it, let me know how it goes. Thanks.